welcome to At Home with Steph. Today we're going to be making one of my favorite breakfasts, biscuits and gravy. So first things first is we're going to start the biscuits and we're going to get those in the oven, and then we're going to make the gravy because the gravy is normally a very quick dish to make. So let's go ahead and start with the biscuits. So first things first, we're going to need a cup or 2.5 cups of flour, and we're going to just dump that right into our bowl. Now that you've put the flour in the bowl, you're going to need a tablespoon of baking powder. So let's get that in. Now that you've put your baking powder in, you're going to need a teaspoon of salt. But again, this is because I use unsalted butter. So I just couple cranks. So now that you've put your teaspoon of salt in, you're going to need to put in a tablespoon of sugar. And then you're going to need to put in 1/2 cup of butter. But first you're going to want to cut it up a little bit. So I have my butter in a bowl already, but I'm just going to kind of cut it up. It makes it easier to mix in. So now that you've cut your butter up, you're going to just dump it into the mixture. And then you're going to mix it up. So I like to just kind of do it with my hands because then I can get in there and I can break up the butter. So you just want to do like a real light combination, kind of breaking the butter up and getting that in there. Also, the warmth from your hand kind of softens the butter a little bit too, so that's why you don't have to soften the butter for this. Alright, now that you've done that, you need to put in a cup of milk. Here's my cup. You're just going to pour a little bit in, and then you're going to want to mix it up some more. I pour about half in, and then I kind of mix it up. And then I pour a little more in. And then you just mix it until it's all combined and nice and mixed. So you want to make sure that all the flour and stuff in the bowl is nice and mixed together, nice and moist. Okay. So now that everything is mixed, and just kind of scrape off your fingers. Perfect. And then you're going to want to put, you want a rolling pan or a rolling mat. And then you're going to want to put just a little bit of flour. So now that you've got everything mixed up, you're going to need a little bit of flour on your mat. This is just to kind of help things from sticking. So I just put a little bit of flour, and then instead of trying to roll the whole thing at once, I do it in little batches. So let's get a little batch here. Perfect. just going to want to roll it in a ball. And then you just kind of press down. Get some flour on it. And you're going to take your rolling pin and just kind of, not hit the bowl, but roll it out a little bit. You're going to want them decently thin because they do expand. And then once you've done that, you just take your knife, and then I kind of cut it in half, and then I cut them like that. Now, if you want them to be like perfectly circular, then you can, because these are smaller, I'll just put them back in the bowl. You can cut them with like a cookie cutter, like a circular cookie cutter. But if you don't really care about the shape, then there you go. You would just do that with all of the dough, and then you put it on your baking sheet. Also, while you're at it, you're going to want to make sure you preheat the oven to 425 degrees. And then you'll put those in the oven and you'll bake them for about 18 to 20 minutes. So let's get the rest of those on the pan, and then we can get those baking. So now that you've gotten these on the baking sheet, you're going to want to put them in the oven for about 18 to 20 minutes at 425 degrees. So let's put these in the oven. And then we'll get started on that sausage gravy. So now that our biscuits are in the oven, we're going to want to start working on our sausage gravy. You're going to need about 12 ounces of sausage. Any kind really works. You can use, like, if you like Italian sausage, you can use Italian sausage. If you like a hotter sausage, you can use that. I'm just sticking to a very basic, mild sausage. So you're going to want to fry that up, and then once you fry it up, you're going to want to, you'll drain it, and then we'll make our gravy. So let's get that nice and fried. So now that you've got your sausage pretty well cooked, you're going to want to turn off the heat, and then you're going to want to remove the sausage, but you're going to want to leave the grease in the pan. So this is what makes our gravy. So I'm going to turn this off. And then I'm going to grab my slotted spoon and just kind of strain it as best as I can. And then just put it in a bowl on the side. Alright, so now that you've got most of your sausage out, it's okay if you don't get all of it. That's okay. Now that you've gotten the sausage out, you're just going to leave the sausage that you did pull out on the side. And then you're going to want to put in 2 tablespoons of flour. Now that you have your 2 tablespoons of flour in, you're going to want to put it on about medium-low heat and just kind of whisk it together. You're going to just do that for about a minute. You want to make sure all the flour is really well mixed in. Alright, now that your flour is mixed in, you're going to need to put about 2 cups of milk in. You're going to want to mix that really well and turn the heat up to about medium. And you're just going to mix that until it starts to boil. So what you just want to keep stirring it, and every once in a while just kind of stop and see if it's boiling. So right now it's not boiling yet, so we're going to just keep stirring it. So really quickly, we're going to check those biscuits, because that was our timer for those biscuits. So let's just kind of take a sneak peek. Oh, yep, those look done. So let's pull them out. Alright, so let's just stop real quick and see what's going on. Oh, look at that. Can you see that? It's starting to boil. So now, we're just going to want to just do one more quick minute, and then we'll add the sausage in. Now, here's the part where you can kind of make this your own. If you like it to be a little thicker, you can add a little bit of flour, but do it slow and give the flour time to set in, because it will thicken the longer it sits. So, and always, if you add too much flour, you can always just add a little more milk and that'll thin it down. So, alright, now we're going to add the sausage back into the pot. And then just kind of mix it in. And then we're going to want to lower the heat down to about, you're going to want to do it low. And then you just kind of do this for about 2 minutes, let it simmer. And then you add yourself some ground pepper if you'd like. And then you're all set. Now you're just going to add your ground pepper. Mix that in real good. Alright, and then I'm going to let this just kind of sit and simmer for a little bit while I make a bowl with my biscuits, and then we'll put some gravy in it, and then we'll be able to enjoy. So let's get a bowl and some biscuits. So now that we have our biscuits, we're going to just kind of get a little bit of this gravy and just kind of put some on top. Oh my. Look at this. So I'm just going to take a quick bite. I'm going to get a little sausage, a little biscuit, a little gravy. Mmm. That is delicious. So enjoy your breakfast. And thanks for stopping by at Home with Steph. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up or subscribe. And I'll see you next time.